Old dog Tom. Okay? Shall we call Daddy and will you read? Oh, very good now. We will show her Daddy. Huh? Old dog Tom. Old dog Tom met Mr. Wolf. And Mr. Wolf said, I'm going to eat you up. And old dog Tom said, do not eat me, Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf said, if you will get me a bone, I will not eat you. Come.
Old doctor met Mr. Wolf. And Mr. Wolf said,
Huh?
I am going to eat you up. And old doctor said, do not eat me, Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf said, if you get me, if you will get me a bone, I will not eat you.
Very good. Listen. Old dog Tom ran to the cook and Tom said to him, Cook, cook, give me a big bone. I will give the bone to Mr. Wolf. Then he will not eat me.
Old doctor ran to the cook and Tom said to him, Cook, cook, give me a big bone.
Okay.
I will get the bone to Mr. Wolf. Then
Go on.
then he will not eat me.
Who is he? He is who? Who is he? But he refers to whom? He is who? No, this is, I will, Tom said. Now this is what I told you now about where do the pronouns belong. That he belongs to whom? You must be very clear that here he belongs to the wolf. Here he belongs to the cook. So immediately he, she, it. Yeah, that's right. He belongs to the wolf. Then he will not eat me. Okay, he belongs to the wolf. I will give the bone to Mr. Wolf. It's immediately the noun preceding that. I will give the bone to Mr. Wolf. Then he, come on,
Then he will not eat me.
this he is Mr. Wolf. Right? Now, because he by itself has no meaning. So you don't even remember the pronunciation. In the conversation in English, these words which carry the maximum amount of meaning. You know, this is strange about language, that they are called function words. They carry the most meaning. Without them, the sentence is really sort of ambiguous. But they are unstressed. There is no specific meaning. In every sentence, relation to the sentence, the meaning changes. Okay? The pronouns, the apostrophe s's, the its and the prepositions, from, to, if and there, buts. These words are function words, but without them, you cannot have the language. The meaning is not clear at all. So you have to be careful about stress. This is a linguistic, when you are studying linguistics, the professors give you this kind of a talk. The unstressed components of language carry the most meaning. Now, who will understand this? What are those unstressed? But that is true. That is why people who learn it only academically. And I can learn these things by heart and I can write them down in my examination and I can get 10% marks. But unless I know what those unstressed components of language are and what is the work they are doing, I will not be able to use this knowledge for which I have got 100% marks to apply to teaching children. This is the trouble with academics. They might be doing the work also, but the teachers are not really absorbing the essence of what the subject is. They will not be able to apply these principles in teaching these children. Said to him, I will give you a bowl if you will go and get me an egg. Read this.
And the cook said to
Him. Who is this him? Old doctor. Cook said to him. Him is dog, old doctor. Okay. Right.
I will give you a bowl if you will go and get me an egg.
Egg. That's right. That's right. So, can you see, I have not read it. Let's see if she'll remember and say it. This is look and say method. When you hear them and you say them, and the same words are repeated over and again. And very few words, new words are introduced here. Like an egg is introduced here, and some other, just cook is introduced here. So, and they just look at the word. They are not thinking of cook as C-O-O-K or big, B-I-G. They are not thinking like that. With children, you do not teach them by the spelling and very academic way, phonic way. English cannot be taught phonically. Okay? Phonics is not the way. Can you read this? S. Generally they know. Okay. S-O means? So, old Dog Tom ran to the hen.
So, old Dog Tom ran to the
Hen. This is a new word. New word. Hen. Hen. Now, in the school they might have been even taught that H, the letter H is pronounced as her. But here if she sees it, she doesn't know that she has to say her, but then comes the E and then comes the N. What to say about that? Okay? So you, with small children, you start reading with look and say method, and side by side the phonic method is going on. Spelling method, you make them look at the spellings only when they have to learn the spellings and start writing.